Hi, I'm Jim Pence with See the Light, and this is another of our 6 more super short art tips. Sometimes when you're getting ready to do a picture, you may have a line drawing that you would like to transfer to another piece of paper. Tracing is not a terrible thing to do, particularly when you're learning, and I've just done a simple line drawing of some mountains and hills, nothing in terms of great detail, but I wanted to have something to show you so that we can kind of demonstrate some ideas on how to transfer a line drawing that we already have to another sheet of paper. Now, a lot of times artists will use what's called graphite paper. Graphite paper, if you're old, you remember something called carbon paper, and that was long before the days of printers and computers. This is basically like carbon paper. What it is just a tissue type of paper, but on the one side it's got a thin coating of graphite, which is the same material that's in a pencil. And if you move some of these sheets out of the way here, and I'm just going to go down in a corner here, but if you wanted to transfer something, then you just write on the, well, it helps to do that in view of the camera. Let's try that again. So if you want to transfer a line drawing, you would just put the graphite paper underneath whatever you were trying to copy, and then I'm going to go over the lines. And as you go over the lines, those lines are going to transfer to your other sheet of paper. I'm not taking time to be neat here or accurate because this is supposed to be a super short art tip, so forgive my messiness here. But once you have done that, if I can get it to come loose here, there we go, you will have transferred your picture to the other piece of paper. Well, that's fine and good, but what happens if you don't have any graphite paper? Well, there's a simple solution, not particularly clean. It's kind of a messy solution, but it works. And that is to take a piece, either a piece of charcoal, or this is just black pastel, and rub it either on the back of the line drawing that you're going to work from, or if you don't want to mess that up, then just do it with a regular sheet of copy paper. Okay, now it's going to create a fair amount of dust, so be prepared for that. I'm going to shake some of this dust off here. Okay, now I'm going to flip this one over, get the clean side, and I'm going to put this down. Alright, now I'm going to go over my little mountain scene again. And again, not really trying hard to be neat or even remotely accurate, but I want to give you the idea of what it is like to make your own graphite paper. And there you've got a nice line. Now the downside is that you are going to tend to get a bit more smudging. You'll notice there, anywhere I put pressure, those are all my fingerprints there. So this isn't, again, a perfect solution, but if it's, if you're in a pinch and you need some graphite paper, that's one way to do it. Now, what if you want to do something on a black sheet of paper? Well, obviously it's not going to work to use black graphite or black pastel, but if you take white pastel or another color, but white I think is probably best, either white or gray, and in this case I'm going to try to avoid a little bit of that fingerprint effect by smoothing this out just a bit, because you don't really need a ton if all you're wanting are guidelines to work from. Okay, let me shake that off there. Okay, now I've got my homemade white graphite paper. I'm going to lay that on my white pastel sheet. Put my guidelines down again. And for the third and hopefully last time, I'm going to not neatly go over these lines. Now I'm pressing harder than I normally would because I've got two sheets, and actually the little sheet underneath here that I put the white pastel on is more of a cardstock, so it's heavier. But dust off some of that excess there. But again, I have transferred my guidelines over, and again, still got some messiness there, but I do have the basic lines to work with. This is a simple solution. Again, if you are wanting to transfer something from one sheet of paper to the other, you don't have any graphite paper or carbon paper to work with, just some chalks or pastels or charcoals will do the trick. That's all for today. I'm Jim Pence with See the Light, and we'll see you next time.